Stories from the classroom, leveraging relationships to promote high expectations. In this video, Annie Breay discusses the importance of general and special education teachers working together to maintain high expectations for students with disabilities. After 10 years as a general educator, Annie became a middle school special educator and reading specialist working in a public school in the Boston suburbs. Annie shares what she wished she knew as a general educator about including and supporting students with disabilities in her classroom. Today, she shares that knowledge with general education peers.
I wouldn't have to tell myself to make those kids feel part of the classroom. I think I just always knew that with instinct and gut, and I knew how to do that sort of naturally. But I think I would have told my younger self to hold those students accountable to a higher expectation of product, and that you can do that in a way that's actually accessible to those students if you're very clear about what the product should be. And I think I just said, oh, that kid has a learning disability or has dyslexia, whatever, so that's good enough. And now I see how to hold them to a very high standard and how important, and in some ways it's even more important to hold those students to a high standard.
Based on her experiences working in both general and special education, Annie shares this.
One way this year that I feel like I've been very effective between the special ed side and the general ed side that I've been able to do because of this new knowledge I have is, on so many kids' IEPs, it says modify for quality over quantity. And I think to general ed teachers, they don't know what that means. And so they think, oh, you can just write a sentence, or, oh, you can just draw a picture. And I think that that's a missed opportunity for kids to develop the skills that they desperately need. So one way that I have helped or communicated with my general ed cooperating educators is, well, what is a sentence? Let's look at, I call it a sentence formula. And so it's adjective, noun, plus verb, plus adverb phrase. And I am teaching those skills in tiny little mini lessons in my class, in my English classroom, for example, or in that academic support classroom. But then I'm making sure that for example, the area that this works the best, I find, is history. The history teacher is then holding those students accountable to actually writing one very good sentence, when the gen ed students might have, a small paragraph, or they just don't have the support in place to write the sentence because they can do it by themselves.
Annie emphasizes the importance of relationships in ensuring students with disabilities have access and make progress within the general education curriculum.
Nothing is, to me, in education, nothing is more important than the relationship. The relationship drives the student-teacher relationship, the parent-family relationship. It just drives so much of a child's success, I think. Not only is the teacher-student relationship, teacher-parent relationship important, but the teacher-teacher relationship is so important. And when there's that trust there and that true collaboration between the special education teacher and the general education teacher, and both sides are receptive and learning from each other and working together, that just has such better outcomes for students.
To hear more, go to promotingprogress.org.